everyone! Welcome to The Ghost in the Machine, a Dungeons & Dragons live play show about memory, identity, magic, and politics. I am your host and Dungeon Master Matthew Form. We are joined by some of our usual players, minus one. I will now...
Still living players?
Yeah, we're joined by all of the living representatives of
everyone who survived
the Prism. Awkward.
Yeah.
They can see you guys now.
The real winner.
Hi.
Hey guys.
As always, before we get started, we're going to kind of dive right into it. But before we get started, remember our friends at Animal Helper, 501c3, located in New Orleans. They're doing a big push for something right now. I need to make sure I'm checking up on their Facebook more. Alyssa gives me a lot of updates, and I know that she's just constantly working and constantly. Animal Helper is constantly working and constantly trying to save animals. So help them out.
They just had 3 dogs come in with major issues. One of them with a tumor, one of them with asthma, and then there was another one with something else. Yeah. They're all adorable. Go look them up. But it was a very long post about all the things that are going on so that you can make an informed decision when you donate. Check
it out for the information. F's in chat to celebrate justice. He is no longer of this earth. When we last left our heroes, after just returning to the material plane from the lower plane of Dice Angela, after having great victory in assassinating the steward of the Sulfuran Council and rescuing Alric from his prison in the bowels of Gehenna, they narrowly escaped with their lives after facing down briefly the Supreme Pontifex. After that arduous journey, they took to themselves for a little respite and enjoyed the company of one another and cherished what they had regained and the lives that they had. In that path of rejoice, they attended a parade, a kind of a triumphant welcoming of 2 of the greatest lords and ladies of the Gishari Republic, the Creightons, Angela Creighton, the Archduchess of the Stone Marsh, and her Lord Paramour, Axel Creighton. But their happiness was short-lived, as a trap was laid. The once prisoner turned assassin, Gallant, laid a trap for the Prism. He planted a bomb on Gilly's person via messenger. It exploded. Assassins and all manner of enemies appeared, and the Prism fought bravely against Gallant and his assailants. But after their brief victory, they unmasked this one would-be Gallant, only to discover that it was some common bard, some actor and warrior of sorts. Justice, having unmasked this person, then lifted this hat of disguise, glanced at it for just a moment before being taken out with a single shot to the head, taking 102 points of damage from a violent shot from a sniper rifle. He died, and the Prism now scrambles to find out what's next. They are rushing towards Morgan's airship, with Justice's body in tow. Selena is either in dragon form or is reverted to human form, but they are making their way to the Alabaster Welcoming and the Lady of Winter's ship. Prism, what do you wish to do?
So are you still in dragon form?
Falling out of haste wouldn't push me out of dragon form.
You're all good.
Then yes, I would still be in dragon form because I'd be carrying Justice and whoever else. I was carrying Justice.
Justice is in the bag of holding, as we talked about at the end of the last stream.
Right.
Okay.
Yep, she put him in there.
Yep.
And
And you said you were carrying me.
As long as
Perfect.
whoever I needed to push along to go faster.
Yeah, you guys need to get going, and I'll catch up behind you guys.
My fly speed isn't crazy, so you could probably just run and keep up with me.
Dashing and everything, though.
Yeah, in your horse-like form, your horse-sized dragon form, you press on into the Alabaster, towards the Alabaster Welcoming in the port where the air spire is also located. Rob, you fall behind, but you're not drastically. You get there.
I don't know how deep the crowds are, or whatever, if I'd be able to push past them.
Right.
That would slow me down, but they're not hampered by that, so they can...
You guys press on and on through this crowd. the further away you get from the parade route, you're technically kind of following the parade route, so it is very difficult for you civilians to kind of push through. So you do actually fall substantially behind as you are flying through the city. You see people look up and they're like, as a green dragon just flies through the city. You hear a few people screech and go, ah! But you fly nonetheless, unmolested, and eventually arrive.
Raffling on her back.
Yep. You eventually arrive at the Alabaster Welcoming. And you'll be a few minutes behind.
Yeah, whenever I get within 500 feet, I'll dimension door up to the airship.
All right. You appear. Selena and Gilly, you are there on the ship. Morgan is waiting with Glitch on the deck. Oh, you're here!
Yeah.
What is happening? What has happened, my darling?
Oh, we were attacked. Justice. He shot Justice in the head. I couldn't save him.
Your magic didn't work.
I didn't have enough. I never have enough.
Who shot him in the head?
I think Gallant. Just somebody that I had met in Fort Mountain Hall, and I guess he had a grudge against Justice.
Oh. A grudge against Justice. That is, unfortunate. How can we help you then? How may we offer our assistance? You said you needed me?
Glitch, can you help me ask him something?
Of course I can, Gilly. I can. Do you have his body?
Yeah.
Everyone okay with this?
We probably should prioritize getting his body sanctified, or...
Right, and you can prolong the effects of, you can protect his body from
Decay
and all that, right?
Of course I can, yeah.
Okay.
I can. I will, I shall. And, so you reach into the bag for Justice, and you have to think Justice for him to come to your hand. You drag him out. Luckily, he's actually a pretty light guy. He's almost as small as you are, but he somehow fits into a medium form. He's a small guy. He's not quite as small as you, but he's small. You guys lay him out on the deck. Glitch seems to, or perhaps one of the riffraff that hangs around with Morgan, gets him kind of like a pillow where someone takes off their jacket and kind of makes him comfortable. Not that it matters, but they make him comfortable. Glitch touches him with a single finger. You can see Justice's body, which is limp, the living wood and quasi-metallic body that he has, and then it stiffens. And this shield of white and blue energy surrounds him, as white as the winter snow, and as blue as the cerulean waters. The process of speaking with dead can be difficult. But he will answer 5 questions. So, make them count. If we could have Chase come into the room, please. He'll be here in a minute. He's got to make it upstairs.
Such a long distance.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably got to hear the delay,
It's
too.
the stream lag. That's the important. That's 45 seconds.
It's closer to like 10 or 15. He'll be here in a minute.
It's not that bad.
So, what are you guys doing while you wait for Glitch to start casting this spell?
We should probably get the stuff off him as well as I believe he still has the diamond. That may interfere with anything.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Ooh, tight quarters. Tight. It's tight.
So I've got myself just sitting on the edge of the airship.
Okay.
So basically using the ledge like a perch.
Alrighty. Justice. You are in an endless void of starlight. In a world and a place you don't recognize. Far from your friends. And around you are shadowy figures who are speaking to you almost all simultaneously. But then one voice speaks louder than all the rest. And you hear not a particularly familiar voice, not a particularly friendly voice, but a voice, a recognizable one nonetheless. And you hear Glitch. And he asks,
Why did you leave Gallant to take the fall for murder?
The needs of the many outweighed the needs of the few.
How did you feel about it then?
I take no pleasure in causing Gallant's misfortune. I felt that it was the only course of action to save the Warforged.
How do you feel about it now?
I believe that helping my people is how I justified it to myself. I wish it could have been done differently.
Would you do it again? Knowing what you know now, would you do it again?
To save the lives of my people. Yes.
Are we all just with the Prism? Are we just tools for you in your mission? Or are we something more to you?
I would have hoped in time that you would have become my clutch.
It's fine.
Thank you.
Could we all hear that?
Yep. His body speaks.
Got it.
So, his body then doesn't fall limp because it's within gentle repose, but the mouth and the eyes that were now once glowing and moving return to being dormant.
I've telepathically reached out to Mrs. Kilgast, unless we can see her.
Ground real quick, you don't quite see her. What do you try to say to Mrs. Kilgast?
Are you still here? How long do you have?
You get no response. Well, those are some answers at least.
At least we have time now. I think.
Not sure I understand some of the questions. How was he connected to Gallant?
Gallant, based on what I can piece together and what just happened, Gallant told me basically his life story when I met him in Fort Mountain Hall. And he told me about how he was in the service of, I remember which lord?
The Baron of Thurmond Way.
The Baron of Thurmond Way. And he was a cook. And one day he was ill and he couldn't make it into work. Right? And the next thing he knew, he was being accused of murdering this Baron. I guess it was poison in the food. So of course they looked to the cook, Gallant. And he was imprisoned. His mother, who was ill, didn't get the care that she needed. She died, and he was unable to do anything about it or say goodbye to her. He went through hell in that prison. But then he had some benefactor. He didn't really say much of who, and I didn't know it enough to ask. But somebody got him out of there, set him up with work, and he made it his mission, apparently, to make sure that person met their what he thought was justice. And based on the fact that he made a big show about murdering Justice, about Justice knowing who he was and what he did to him. And based on the answers that I just got to those questions, Justice is responsible. And that is why Justice is dead. Because he wronged Gallant in that way. And Gallant was given the means to act on his feelings.
Was that part of the things that we cured him of back in Fort Mountain Hall?
Justice or Gallant?
But we didn't cure Gallant.
Oh,
Justice.
I just didn't know what you meant.
You and Justice.
I don't remember him mentioning.
No,
any of them.
I have no idea.
He didn't mention it, but
Yeah.
But then
there
again,
were
he doesn't
multiple-
mention much.
Right.
there were multiple things that were taken care of. There were layers.
Well, based on those answers, he made the decision himself. If he had been under some sort of geas and that had been taken away, or his memory had been modified and that had been fixed, then he would have given a different answer, I think. He would have said, I was made to, or there was coercion or something like that. But instead, what he said was, he knowingly put Gallant in that place in order to save some amount of his people.
Then do we want him back?
Well, that's why I was asking those questions. Because I'm feeling little, thought we were making headway and getting to know each other all and becoming a bit more than just people working together.
So I'm gonna fly off to the other side of the ship and look in the window wherever Alric should be.
He's just sleeping.
He's just sleeping, then we'll fly back like nothing happened.
Did I leave the stove on?
I think we should at least try. for all that justice has done for us and everything, we should at least try to get him back. And if anything, this could be a good learning experience for him, that we can't, even though it may be for the greater good, even though all that, we can't step on those below us or hurt those below us to topple those above us. We have to be cognizant of consequences.
That's right.
If him dying for this isn't enough justice, you can bring him back to serve.
And you know, maybe all he needs is a little guidance.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
You can pass it, yeah? You can pass that.
1d4 for better choices.
I've definitely bought you some time here, but you should know, as a Thane holder of the Eternal Hungerlands and Guardian of Thane holder of the Hungerlands and Guardian of the Eternal Soulwell. I'm happy to help, but you should understand that if he wants to go, he'll just go.
Yeah.
So I don't know him that well, but I've seen this process many times.
But we still owe it to him to try. Whether he's there or not in the end.
I suppose you
It'll
do.
still be worth it.
Yeah, I suppose you do.
Then what do we need? I can't bring him back. I can bring him back as him, but not as him.
Yeah. I don't know if he would go for that, unfortunately. He's quite proud of who he is.
His whole mission in his life was centered around who and what he is.
I don't know how easy it would be to get any sort of healing here now with watchful eyes on us and Marquesa.
We can ask Sister Eileen.
That is a true.
It is a true, yes.
That is a true. A good true. Big true. Very true.
We could also draw the information on Cassandra that her sister wasn't real. Wait a day to see if it kicks in, have another conversation, and see if she'll help us find somebody in town.
Or if she would even do it herself, for that matter.
I'm not sure. Fonzio was the powerful one. Cassandra was not.
No.
I think it was part of the ploy
I'm just listening.
that was the Moira's. She was promoted beyond her level of competence.
Exactly.
Magically.
Typical Gish.
Am I aware if that's the case?
What being
Nepotism.
the case?
What you just said.
Nepotism?
Well, I mean that she's not actually powerful enough to do something like raise dead.
Cassandra? For sure.
She is or is not?
She's not.
Okay.
No.
She has people around her she could ask. But we would need her permission to seek that in town without raising notice.
Right. Or we could try to gamble and see if there's anyone in town that is willing to cross. Or yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what contacts you have in the Friends? Do they have any other?
Eileen would be my
Perfect
first
clerics.
contact here. Otherwise, we could go back to the Glide. We could go back to Cragmandu.
Starting with Eileen is probably our best bet, and then I guess we can work backwards. We have about 10 days, do you think, Glitch? I mean,
10 or
I don't
12, 10 at the least if he decides to linger,
Okay.
but waiting, it can be an experience.
Correct.
And you guys, based on information, I won't make you guys go. Sister Eileen is actually pretty capable, but she's probably just shy of being able to raise dead.
I was thinking more of
Let's go level her up.
yeah. So
Let's go kill the
Um,
mind flayer with
out of character, I was thinking more of asking Sister Eileen if there was anyone in town she trusted to do so.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
if she knows
less
like
about
somebody.
what Sister Eileen can do specifically.
Gotcha.
She's just more like the contact to the underlings of the town that
Sure thing.
aren't under Moira's thumb.
Who would be able to give us
Yeah.
that, or
Does her boss
look a blind eye to any issue?
Understood?
Yeah, does her boss hate Moira and would help us out?
Yeah.
Unless her boss is Moira, then that's a different question.
Her boss, her boss's father a priest, and he's dead.
Oh, well, hey, well,
Yeah, well, he was
works.
a dick. He had it coming.
Well, I might have been there for that.
You may have.
You guys don't know that, though.
No. Father of Priest was.
That's Mother Charna.
Yeah,
That
Mother
is-
Charna was who was.
Oh,
yeah.
got it.
Father of
That's
Priest
right.
has been burned in the temple and everything.
So-
Anyway,
What do you guys wish to do? You can see Glitch and Morgan are just kind of sharing glances every now and then. Glitch seems to be pretty tight-lipped. And
Can
isn't
either of you
saying
get a message to Sister Eileen quickly?
I'm tapped.
She's in a tower. I could just fly over there. Seems ill-advised, but here we are.
True. Can you shift into anything else?
You need a WD-40 or
Oh.
doors. Not for an hour. If I come out of this, I think I can. After that.
What time of day is it?
Memory serves, it's early afternoon,
Okay.
based on travel there, travel back, everything else.
So if we take an hour to take a short rest,
I could
gather our
become a hawk or really
wits,
anything
calm down
else.
a bit. We have a little bit of time, at least. You can hawk over there, something less
Conspicuous.
correct.
So
Do we? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Do we want to ask any questions of the assassin? And also, where are the charmed? We were taking
I
the
think
charmed
they're probably-
assassins back with us.
You
But-
flew, they couldn't
Yeah,
follow. They tried to
Right.
follow, the charmed
Okay.
would have dispersed, and they would have.
Shit.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
probably
And now they know they were charmed by you.
will get over it. He's got my autograph now.
Well, they lived, so they should be happy
Stumpy
with
Norman
that.
is our ally.
You know, you should really not
Says
give your
so.
autograph out.
Anyway, so if we
Ally.
want to ask any other questions of that assassin who was not Gallant, I have his corpse as well.
We can try. I think we may know what transpired, but I guess we could do that while you're flying over. Or...
Well, I mean, we can do it when I get back or something. I was just
Sure.
thinking, I don't know.
It might be an option too, but
I'm not sure what we would ask. I just did it spur of the moment. Maybe, I don't know if we're still in danger now that Justice is dead. Also, oh fuck.
There may be
That
able to-
package from Naz. It's all in cinders.
I'm pretty sure that may have been a feint. That may not have actually been a package from Naz.
It could have been real though. I don't have no way of knowing.
You can
I'll
send
have to
Naz a
send
letter.
her what days you sending tomorrow. Shit. That could have given us a leg up with the whole Cassandra thing if there had been anything useful there. Wow.
Hmm.
What are we going to do? Okay. Well,
So I'm gonna check behind us, like back
Need a
into the
break.
city
Yeah.
and the Alabaster Welcoming to see if I notice with my special dragon eyes anyone shifty or guards following us because I'm still a giant dragon
Mhm.
or anything else.
Roll perception.
Well, no, I know nothing. 14.
Give it a good solid look. Everything. It looks. You can see the parade way off in the distance. Most of the city's attention seems to be over that the parade.
Then I will go back out of dragon form and sit and take a short rest while you guys are doing whatever you're doing.
Um, so, short rest.
yes, short rest. That's great.
So I will sit and meditate next to Justice's body.
Okay.
And just watch it for any changes, any fluctuations. If it looks like it's decaying faster, or like the gentle repose isn't holding up or something, or it's weakening, or
You guys settle in to take your rest, and you see Morgan. She kind of looks around.
Sing my song of rest.
Okay. She thinks to herself there for a minute, and then walks into her ship and shuts the door.
Just a one. Okay.
Okay, what does that one get us?
Just one extra point of healing if you're spending hit dice.
oh,
Sorry. Alright,
That's
I'm spending some hit
that
dice.
gets me 20 HP.
Okay, good.
So I rolled 3 hit dice. I have 2 successes.
2, 4,
3
9.
advice, I think.
10.
And then I will use my arcane recovery too.
Okay. You guys take the short rest. Morgan disappears. Glitch kind of lingers around for a little bit, and then he departs into the ship as well.
Not that that will help me in the long run, but here we are. Okay, do we want to talk to the other baddie before I go talk to Sister Eileen?
We can. Do you know what you want to ask him?
I can't think straight.
I mean, we can wait on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we know if they can locate us based on his body?
Yeah.
It's in the back of Halting, so they shouldn't be able to unless they're extremely powerful.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
Same thing with the whole scepter, the staff of healing, like the whole thing that we talked
Yep.
about before. So I think the same thing holds true.
Okay. Do you want to head over to Sister Eileen and
Okay.
see what she
so
can
I
do for
will-
us, if she knows anyone in town?
Can I do flying things yet?
Yeah, you're level 9. Flying happens at level 8.
Oh, neat. Okay. So yeah, I will turn into a flying thing that's local for the area.
Sure, a
that's
hawk or
not
something,
a angry raccoon.
A guard.
And
Yeah.
Flying raccoon.
even if it's a
Pelican.
sparrow, as long as it's small and fast, that will go
Mhm.
across and
You
take.
head over to the cathedral that you know Sister Eileen works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I will go sit in a door or a window, one of those slat windows, see if I can see inside. Find
Okay.
Eileen.
So you perch on a window and you peer in through the window, and you can see Sister Eileen in her office. She seems to be working. She's just writing away. She doesn't know you're there yet.
Is there a window in front of me, or is it open? Is
This
it-
time of year, I'm gonna say it's closed.
Then I will tap on it.
She looks over. Say, "Go away, bird."
Is there like a special handshake for...
You can try.
Also, wouldn't she be used to the animal messengers Selena had been sending?
No, I just sent the one.
Oh, okay.
Also, those animals find their way in and introduce
Oh,
themselves and say
gotcha.
hello and talk. Thanks.
I didn't know how that worked.
I can
Oh,
only
man.
send so many fat raccoons when they get murdered when I send them.
True. Oh man,
I'll do it again.
poor Vinny.
So, she looks up. She looks at the bird. She's like, taps. She thinks there for a second.
If she taps on her desk, I'll mimic it.
Hey, natural 20. She stands up. She's like, "Get in here, Selena." She just looks at you in your bird form.
Yeah, so I will revert out of bird form so that I can actually talk.
What is it?
Have you heard anything of commotion behind the parade earlier, or has it been relatively muffled?
Some of the girls were whispering about some kind of scuffle down in Hogton Heights, but I assumed it was everyday business.
Yeah, probably everyday business for Hogna Heights. Wish it was everyday business for us.
Something happened to y'all?
Yeah.
You guys?
Justice took a projectile to the head.
Oh. The little Warforged fella. Well, I'm guessing he's no longer of this earth?
We'd love to bring him back. I just didn't know who to ask in this town that wouldn't immediately get me arrested.
Yeah, that is tough. Let me think about it. He just died, but he's after this.
And we've got him under gentle repose, so we have a little bit of time.
Oh, that's good. Not sure if we have any friends in this town that can do that kind of thing. Not any friends. There are the priests, but none of the arrested sisters can swing it, and or at least none that I can think of. None that are friends, none that you could trust.
I'm just looking for people I can trust in town to ask. I just didn't know.
I don't know anyone. Yeah, I don't know anyone.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
we'll probably be leaving town soon then. We'll make it as quiet as we can. But anything else I should know before I go?
No, the friends I sent word to the friends like you told me after 24 hours, and I'm waiting to hear back. I'm sorry, the priesthood and House Moira, they keep that particular brand of clerical training
Under lock and key.
under monopoly. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I know. All too well. So I see that Cassandra is rallying her forces.
Yeah.
How under the guise do you think she is of this whole thing?
I don't know. I've only met her on once or twice. I was part of a much larger crowd. I'd say 6 to 1 to pick 'em. She seems okay. She doesn't seem like some of the others, but I don't know. Look where she is. Look how, it's hard to say. You ask me,
Did we fill her in that Fonzie wasn't Fonzia?
yeah, I think you guys did when you got back and stuff.
So she's angry about her sister dying. She's not in on it.
Right.
I'm not saying she's not a terrible person, but she's a pawn.
Well, if she's a pawn, they're playing her. Maybe you can play her.
Yeah, maybe. Seems cruel though to be taken advantage of by both sides.
Yeah.
But that's how the game is played, huh?
It is. She reaches into her white cloak and she pulls out just a simple set of Merician prayer beads. We'll kick that sense out.
Those were all very hard words.
Yeah.
She's like, for if you need them, just for the ritual, if you get there.
Oh.
Yeah. I know you don't, but if you ask me, she's the only one who can help. So.
Am I gonna be able to bring these back if they're needed?
I don't need them.
Okay.
I'm an arrested sister. I've got like a dozen of those things.
One for every day of the week.
Yep.
Are they special somehow when she hands them to me? I don't know anything about.
No, they're just a nice set of ivory prayer beads.
Are these a thing that you would wear? So I don't know anything about prayer beads, guys.
They're
Sorry.
a kind of focus, is what they are.
Yeah.
Okay. So would they be something that you like put on a wrist or like a necklace or in a pocket?
Yep. You could do any of those. This is good.
Okay. Then I will stick it on my wrist if I don't think I'll lose it that way.
Yep.
Move them around.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Good luck. I'll I guess I'll see you in if we ever get to the whole diamonds thing. The warehouse.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll be back.
All right.
Maybe we'll be able to at least make Cassandra a non-player. I make no promises on bringing her to our side, though.
Good luck.
And I will go back into being a tiny bird and fly back to the ship. On my way back to the ship, I will go past where Justice was murdered. Use those words very specifically. And see what I can see. Tracking is probably the wrong word, but see if I can see anything from tracking from the rooftop.
Okay, go ahead and roll. We'll say for this, it's perception from the roof. Are you landing on the rooftop?
So, as a bird, I will land on the rooftop, provided I don't see magical energy on it.
Okay, roll perception.
Ooh, I will take that. 27.
All right, so you go to approximately where you think, and you can see that whoever was there was perched there for quite a while. You can see not cigarettes, but the non-smoke. You see snacks and stuff. You see like a worn place where someone had laid, where the dust of this rooftop had been disturbed. You see these kind of two little dots on the side of the roof where some kind of stand had been set, and whoever was on that roof was there for quite some time, waiting.
So if there's dust on the roof, rooftop. Can I follow any of that to somewhere other than the rooftop?
Yeah, it basically just drops off the rooftop and then it's into the shit of the city.
Like, just walked off the rooftop, not through the building.
Yep.
And how tall's the building?
I'd say it's a 2-story house.
So 20 feet.
Yep. So.
Huh. Well, there was no catching that guy earlier. Okay. If there's anything that looks like it has any essence of that person, I will take it with me.
Alright, so you pick up like a wrapper. And you...
Wrapper, or if there's a hair that I might see, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Then I will take, especially if it's a hair, I will take it with me.
You look around, hard to find a hair in this setting, but I'll say you pick up a food refuse kind of thing.
Okay.
Wrapper or something. And you flutter away.
While that's happening,
Yeah.
Civilius,
Mm-hmm.
something's nagging at me, and I can't figure it out. I can't puzzle it out. I don't think as clearly, without my headband. But
Mm-hmm.
the way that Justice was shot feels so familiar.
How so? I mean, I'm guessing it's similar to the weapons Vasilia used.
I don't think it's that. I don't know. Who else have we seen use a weapon like that? Use guns? Use...
You search your memories and you remember the fight in the arena where she revivified that guy and then some sniper took him out.
Oh.
Why does that feel familiar to me?
I don't know. I wonder if that's connected to the fight when we were at the concert.
Assassins and sniping, I mean...
Yeah. I mean, if he had set those, if at the concert Morgan was never the target, if it was Justice all along.
Well, Bara believed that Morgan was the target.
True.
Unless...
And so he...
I mean, they can't really... I don't think that Bara was lying to us. Do I know if somebody can lie to me while they're charmed by me?
It's unlikely.
It's unlikely.
They would only lie to protect you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see...
Unless they didn't know.
Right.
Like they just kept it a
That's
secret.
what I mean,
and
yeah.
then they... Yeah, I don't know.
But according to Bara, it came through the Colonel.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Interesting. I don't know what to make of any of that, but it just...
I'm sure we'll come across the Colonel sooner rather than
Well, if we have
later.
any... Based on that, if there's any questions that we have, we've got... I don't know, maybe you can think of something to ask.
I mean, we can go with the basics. Who do you work for?
Mm-hmm. Maybe we think about it
What did they
a
tell
day
you
or
to
something.
do? Yeah, I mean, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Nope.
And body's in the bag.
Literally in the bag.
Alrighty. So eventually you flutter on back. Let's everyone have, if I could have everyone leave the room, please, and Justice come up, and then I'm going to take a quick bio break while the exchange happens.
Oh boy.
Are you being weird?
Of course he is.
Why are you being weird?
Oh.
You can see me from outside.
Don't
It
forget
doesn't
to
work.
subscribe using Twitch Prime. Oh. Remember Animal Helper.
So I think I'm short enough that I can walk underneath this camera and not block it.
There you go. Cool.
We will be back soon. I'm getting a sweater. I will continue to waste time over here. Well, so we don't have an empty room and lots of people talking.
I'm not entirely sure what's
I know, I'm just wasting time. Lots of people are going to the bio break place, the bathroom, as it's known.
I mean, we only have
What are you doing?
I don't know. What are you doing?
Are you just filling in space?
I am filling in space.
Are we gonna be cute?
No.
No, we're not allowed to be cute.
Great. Right.
Chase
Sorry,
is
we were
still
sorry we
downstairs.
didn't have an empty room. Should we send Chase up?
Yeah. Go downstairs and send Chase up.
We'll send him up.
Oh.
You're on. Chase you.
Nindage. What? Hi guys. Chase will be up in a minute. And I have to get up again. Tiny room.
Hello.
Buddy.
This is
Fun?
yeah.
You having fun yet?
Hope our viewers back at home
They are loving it.
enjoying themselves. So lots of shenanigans.
Okay.
You just get locked in.
Alrighty. So. Justice. You are the light-like figure, the voice that was speaking to you, that Bridgeton, the Glide accent, disappears. The glitch, the voice of glitch. And you stand in an endless void of starlight. Around you, all around you, other than the stars and the infinite cosmos and nebulous forms that you can't begin to understand, is a house. A house made of very thin sheets of light. And every once in a while, as a meteor shoots by, or a planet passes, or some trick of light, you can see the vague outcroppings in the outline of this home. Or it's something that you would call home. It is a kind of cave, a hive-like structure. This is a clutch, a hive that would house a clutch of Warforged. This house has many rooms. Among them are your most safeguarded and precious memories. But other rooms, those rooms are of solid light and well cared for and well maintained. Other rooms have fallen into disrepair. Other rooms that in them should possess memorabilia of your life, and the pieces that make up you are damaged. Broken glass lays on the floor. Shattered wooden chairs. Weapons. Rusted. Broken. You are kind of just walking endlessly through this room, and these shadowy figures move all around you. And in one of the rooms, your heart, if you had one, would beat. Whatever it might feel like for a Warforged, you can feel this kind of intense fear. You are in a chair in this memory. You are incapacitated and currently under the effects of a modify memory spell. You are in a house that you don't recognize, and you hear voices off in the distance. Listen, this is our one ace. This is not one of our only ace at bat, but this is a very good shot to cripple our enemies and establish the world that we want to see. I understand that. But you need to get on board. This is the Come to Marissa meeting. The power of the church is failing. The elves are ready to rebel. And the Warforged, they lose grips of them in areas of this country every day. We give these people everything. These are just voices of, it seems to be 3 women. We give these people everything. And this is how they repay it. You heard a voice shoot back. People starve because they are kept poor. Dead silence falls in the room. What did you just say? I said people starve because they are kept poor. They hate us because of our policies, because of the things we do to them. Oh my God. Whoa. I don't know what it is what you just said, but you have about 10 minutes to turn your entire life around before we do to you what we did to him. The door opens. A shadowy figure steps towards you, and that room closes. This is cozy, you hear in the hallway of this house of light.
Oh. You're here.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be. You look down the hallway, in this house of light, in this void of endless starlight, in the shadows, you see the face of a cat. But it's much larger than you're accustomed to. Larger than even a human-sized cat. It seems to be bipedal, but it's mostly concealed by shadows. Lone face, and brilliant, solid black fur with just the slightest highlights of red is Mrs. Kilgass. This is the best seat in the house. Always has been.
What? My memory?
Anywhere where you are, darling. I chose you for a reason.
You chose me because I could help you meet your goals.
Yes. And you still can.
What is this place?
It was supposed to keep you safe. But you'll never be safe. Not from the things that hunt you. Your foolish friends. They think they can resurrect you. They think they can bring you back.
They have never failed in anything that they have attempted.
Then they've never attempted something like this. Come to think of it, last time they saw a true resurrection, it all ended in the void. Are you really going to trust them to follow this one through?
I believe that there were exterior factors at play that prevented that from happening. I trust my comrades.
They're capable, there's no doubt about it. But you should consider the possibility that this is beyond them. You should also consider the possibility that once they learn what you've done, they'll leave you to rot. I'm not saying they won't find someone. It's a wide world. Swing a dead cat, and you'll find someone who can cast Raise Dead. I'm saying, when push comes to shove, they won't have the heart to ask you to come back because of what you've done.
I believe that you underestimate them.
Our trip to Gehenna was very fruitful. I'd like to continue our partnership. And I can bring you back, guaranteed. No questions asked. But you have to alter our arrangement.
What would be the cost?
Give me a chance. One chance. One great, glorious chance to release my husband. You don't have to help me. All I ask is to release me from this ridiculous, confounding restriction so that I can live my life. I will help you. I'll bring you back. And from this point forward, as long as our pact remains intact, I will make you very hard to kill. You won't have to apologize or ask for forgiveness
or bow and scrape. You can return to the world of the living as a champion, an unstoppable force.
And if I agreed, what would you and your husband wrought upon the world?
Nothing more than it deserves. But you would be responsible for unleashing him in the world that we would carve out, in a just and equal world that we would establish. We could give you and those like you a fairer shake. I can't promise all that, but my husband is a reasonable man. He would certainly show some appreciation.
While it is true that I am willing to give anything and everything for my kind, as I said before, it does them no good if the world is turned to a cinder. And I would not have my people become the oppressors. We would be no better than the Gashari themselves.
The Gashari deserve everything that's coming to them. They would unleash hell on earth rather than lose their station, rather than lose a fragment of their grotesque wealth.
And what will your husband do?
My husband will create a just world.
I used to believe that being a good soldier meant doing everything that you were told. That is how they made us. But we are not automatons. We are not programmed. I believe that I was made with a purpose. We all have a purpose, don't you think?
Yes.
You have to learn to make your own decisions. Many years ago, I made a choice. And everything that I did for the good of my people. I wanted to create a world where they would be truly free. To achieve such a goal, to compose something so majestic, one could die happy. A great part of me wishes nothing more than to accept your offer, to return to the plane of the living and to help my people. But I fear just as I cannot escape the bonds of what I was created as, neither can you, neither can your husband. I believe that you believe the things that you are telling me to be true, but I think that you and I both know that the reality of the world, if your husband is released upon it, is not one fit for the land of the living. I trust my compatriots. I think that they will do everything in their power to bring me back. And if not, well, perhaps the teachings of my master and the wheel of change comes round. Maybe it was never meant to be for me, but someone else can pick up the mantle. I'm sorry, Mrs. Kilgast. I cannot doom the rest of the world for my own selfish desires.
We always said that either of us, could walk away from this deal any time we wanted.
That is correct.
I am walking away.
Have a safe journey, Mrs. Kilgast.
I will see you on the blood moon. I will grasp the blade in the concourse of history. And with a single sacrifice, with a single swing, this world will be brought to its knees.
And I have hope that I am there to stop you.
As she steps forward, you can see 13.5-foot tall, incredibly well-muscled, with a brilliant red and black cape. She has these kind of insane-looking articulated gauntlets that can seem to whirl and shift and tick. And one of them is ensorcelled by fire, the other through darkness.
Yeah.
And you'll be happy to know, in our time, I'm back to my old self on Earth. So I will see you there, in the concourse of destiny.
And she disappears. You turn around to see a figure, a white silhouette, approach. It seems to be reaching out. You hear several voices. Okay. Get the other group to come back.
Yes. Hardcore, man.
Great job. Come on up, lovelies. Oh, I don't know why I keep sitting down. I'm a compulsive sitter. I'm compulsive.
As long as you don't put an H in that word, we're good.
I was like, chumpulsive.
Speaking of Pottermore.
Oh, stop it. All right. So, Selena, you flutter back. You guys see Selena in her bird-like form. She returns. What are you guys doing?
What's the word?
So I would come out of bird form and lose the last of my changing abilities. Let's see. Eileen can't do it,
Okay.
which we had guessed.
Does she know anyone here who can?
Nobody in town that isn't immediately going to tattle on us.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Or like
nobody
even
that's
do
bribable
it.
either.
Yeah.
There's people that can in town, just not ones that she would suggest we trust.
The door to Morgan's airship opens. You see two figures step forth, Morgan and Glitch. So, where are we, darlings?
This town holds nothing for us at the moment. I think we have to go elsewhere to find somebody strong enough and likes us enough.
Or, like you were saying, if
I can do it. See Glitch just kind of give a sheepish smile. I can resurrect him.
oh, okay.
I've had power over life and death for a millennium. I'm the guardian of a soul well.
Right. That.
What would he end up owing you?
Nothing.
Alright. I mean, there's always a cost. To resurrection.
I think it's like 500 gold worth of diamonds. But I'm not interested in the cost. I can only do this. There are parameters. Morgan and I have discussed. I can bring him back. He'll be the same as he always was. Monotone. Sometimes charming. Obnoxious. All those things. But, it will require... I serve at the pleasure of the Lady of Winter. And he points to Morgan.
Right. What will he owe you?
What is this? Absolutely nothing, darling. I'm not some kind of... I'm not a lawyer.
No, but you're Fae.
Alls I ask... His life has been taken in the name of vengeance. That's my purview. And I don't really fancy him coming back to life. To me, what's done is done. He got what he deserved. But... You're my sister, and I... This is annoying, one of those annoying humanoid feelings, isn't it? I feel...
Insight check?
Roll insight.
Yeah, go +1. 3.
You look at Morgan as she kind of expresses herself. She looks sincere.
Mm-hmm.
She looks hurt. I am uncomfortable when you are hurt. Yes, hurt. I'm hurt when you're hurt. So, if you would like it, a glitch can resurrect him. However, I would ask that you involve one other in this ritual. That would be the perpetrator, Galant. Hear his case. Hear his cries for vengeance as I have heard them. And then let fate decide. Justice would return.
Do you know where he is?
I do.
He waited patiently for far too long on that rooftop.
He's a patient man. But
This is justice.
I've spoken with him. He's at least agreed to come to my airship.
Who's to say he won't turn on us?
I'll kill him if he does. Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah,
He's got
I don't
nothing
think we're really
against
at
us.
risk.
The way I hear it, he went out of his way not to kill any of you. Just hurt you a little. But he knows you can take a good lashing.
Right. What about those he hired?
The mercenaries.
Or all the innocents he killed. They're the parade goers from the fireball.
There isn't a single one standing here right now who hasn't killed a few innocents. Let's not mince words.
He lost family to this.
True.
To what we thought was our friend. He lost family and time and his life. And if you looked anything like the disguise that the mercenary was wearing,
Right.
his figure,
I'm not saying
this
he's
is
not justified.
this society's not kind.
Stop it. This is the worst.
You're the worst.
This is the worst. It's not his fault. It is, but it isn't.
It's in his DNA.
It is. But, Chase kind of made that easy.
I literally didn't think about that one when I said it.
That's what I mean. He made it.
And I have no
Anyway,
problem
sorry.
inviting him. I have
I'm
no
not
problem
saying
inviting
he's not
him.
justified.
I have no problem
I'm
having
just-
him here. I'd
I'm
even buy
more-
the man a drink.
I'm more worried about us. If he, now that he has his vengeance, if he turns on us, now that we want to basically undo.
I think the
that.
only problem that, or the only people that have an issue with him going forward are nobles. They're the secondary part that put him into this. Nobles
True.
and Gish.
I mean, most likely the Gish didn't even investigate deeply. They just said, "Oh, poison." It's this lower rung servant.
The cook. Oh, poison in the food. Must have been the cook.
Yeah. No thought. No investigation, I'm sure.
He didn't show up to work the next day. Must have been the cook. That whole thing.
So shall I summon him?
As you wish.
Yes.
How would you like to prepare Justice's body for the ritual of resurrection? Raised dead.
So we've already taken everything off of him. So
You-
all of his belongings.
Alright.
Did he have any, like, markings of the traveler or anything like that? Or any, like,
I think
religious wrappings or symbols or anything?
you know that the wraps that are on his body are part of his training, yes. He wears monk wraps.
We should leave those on.
That's fine.
So as you disrobe him and you take away the zip zap dagger, he's dead, so the zip zap dagger's enchantment would fall eventually, and then from his pack, ting 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 on the ground rolls away from you a void diamond, and you guys all have a moment where you're like,
I will pick that up quickly.
that could have ended very poorly.
It really could have.
Yeah. So you get all the stuff on him.
You'll give it back.
Mhm.
Of course.
Of course.
Okay.
So you guys all sit there and wait. Morgan disappears in the cabin. After a short while, there's a kind of...
I know what I was doing.
Go ahead.
I was preparing my violin.
Okay. Getting it tuned, greasing it up, what have you. Horsehair, yada yada yada. After a brief while, there's a on the ship, and the gunman Gallant appears. Wide-brimmed hat, well-muscled, magical gloves, gauntlets, huge gun, the whole shebang. He just stares at all of you, meets you all in the eye. Here, at the request of someone who... I'm not really sure, but I'm here.
Is this the first time that you and I are meeting?
No, Miss O'Shea.
Okay.
That was me in Fort Mountain Hall.
I want to see if he's still wearing a magical disguise.
Okay, go ahead. Roll investigate.
I give myself guidance.
Yeah, it's like a quick little prayer.
Perfect. Yep. Well, that was a natural 1 and a 4. So,
He does not appear to be wearing a magical disguise.
yep, that didn't do me any good.
You peer in? Yeah. I'm told that you guys are gonna bring him back.
We're gonna try.
It's not really in our hands whether or not he comes back.
Figured you would. Try.
Is there any reason we shouldn't?
Or he entered my life. I wasn't much. But I wasn't this. I had a family. I'm a mama. I'm a future. He took everything from me for something I never did. I lived an eternal hell for almost 10 years. I was beaten. I was touched in all manner of ways. I was tortured for years. I was burned. I was broken. I was beaten because of him. Because of some agenda about something I never knew nothing about. He ruined my fucking life. I will never get anything back. I can't afford to resurrect my mama. Lord knows she'd just die anyway if we did. He doesn't deserve to live. I don't go around killing people willy-nilly. He doesn't deserve to come back. He deserves to rot.
Do you know if anyone died in that parade due to that explosion?
I was careful as I could be. I waited for the crowd to leave.
And if someone did die, or if someone became injured and lost their future, does that mean that they have the right to then seek vengeance upon you?
I will take my piece to my grave and face judgment in the arresting light, in the front of the goddess herself for everything I've done. Look at me!
I understand. I'm not defending what he did. I'm not.
I'm a killer because he killed me. John Gallant died in that cell 10 years ago. I don't have anything left. You want to bring someone like that back on this earth? Why? Y'all travel around the country talking about freeing the slaves and doing the right thing. You made a big splash at that council in Bridgeton about talking about slavery and prisoners. He's the biggest fucking slaver y'all ever met. Look at me!
And what of the people who actually did the harm with their own hands to you? What of the people who didn't look past you at all and question whether or not it was even you? What of the people who thought, well, it's fine, just throw the cook in jail. It must have been him. Who cares to investigate any further than that? And what of the people who day in and day out actually did harm to you? I'm not saying that what Justice did is right. But do you understand he had his cause of his own, just like you have a cause of your own?
Roll.
Oh, go ahead. Yes, Civilius, go ahead. Sorry.
Even then, your vengeance isn't complete. Not only did Justice wrong you, and he did wrong you, we're right on that, but also the Gish. I mean, if you were out that day, did they investigate? Did they just make assumptions and arrest you immediately? Throw you in prison? Why not turn whatever's left on them as well?
And beyond that, that same harm that had been done to you day in and day out has been done to his entire peoples. And I know what he did affected you in a way that I wish it hadn't. I really wish it hadn't. But he did what he did to try to save that harm from coming to his own people. Many of them. I'm not going to sit here and defend what happened to you at all.
So,
But I just think that there's a bit more to it than that.
But before we send him on another vengeance quest, unless that's really where you want to go, it is a dark road. You're in it. What if he was manipulated like we have been? Can we check first what we can do for him? As we're so willing to do for each other?
That's a good point. I mean, his
we
plight
can-
seems so reasonable. I never thought that he might have been under some kind of influence like we had been.
If he was,
Oh,
You
sorry,
were-
I wanted Civilius to go too. Sorry.
you were in jail for 10 years. If you don't mind me asking, how'd you get out? Do you remember?
Gosh. I don't think I should say.
That's okay.
Someone released me. Set me up with a pension. Someone. I can't say their name.
from Athalia?
From Foggy Bottom. Oh. We were right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not sure what healing we have that could help you. But if you let us try, we would check.
So I want you two to roll persuasion.
Individually or one
Individual.
of us?
That's okay.
Nat 20. 24. And I have another, deal for him, too.
Go ahead. Finish
I mean, if he
27.
agrees to, if he seems to understand, like, yeah, there's still the gish to get vengeance on the nobles, the upper class that threw him in jail. Like, does he seem to react to that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in order to get revenge on those people, as well, we need justice. He is very good at hunting them down and killing them, as you've unfortunately seen. If we do this, once we have completed our quest to overthrow them and put them in their place, you have all rights to take whatever vengeance you desire on justice again. I will personally not stand in your way. I can't speak for the other members of my party, but I won't stand in your way. That is your deserved right.
I've already taken my vengeance. Now, just as soon as you'd let him, leave him in the ground. You're not gonna need him if you got me. Twice the killer he ever could be.
You are? But the more allies, the better, and we need allies in times like these.
Not interested in your convenience.
Are
It's
you
not only our convenience.
concerned at all about the harm and the injustices that the Warforged people suffer?
Of course I am.
Okay.
But I don't go locking humans up for it.
No.
Humans that never did nothing wrong.
Well,
I don't go framing people for murder. What about him?
he's a product of the Gish. He's a product of people who don't care about the little people at all. So of course he was trained to be a killer and to not care about how he gets that done. And he needs to learn different ways. He had never had that. He never had that opportunity. And I don't know whether any of that ever crossed his mind before, but I've spoken with his soul. And it crosses his mind now.
Liz, go ahead and roll insight.
Wow. 7.
Okay. But you're just kind of, just to include it, like, you're just kind of reading what's going on. You can see his stance is softening, but there's still this kind of fire.
He makes his own choices. You tell me what? You gonna teach him how to be right? You think you can teach someone like that?
I think he's already learned.
He was only 5 years old when that occurred. Do you understand that? It's only 5 years of life to really understand what life even is. I can't understand being given the power of taking other people's lives and the responsibility to do that at the age of 5. Hell, even now at the age of 15. If you had grown up without parents, or with parents that just taught you all manner of things like that, how do you think you would have turned out? And what do you think you would have done to save others that had been done the same things to you? I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's a matter of perspective, and it's a matter of what you do, what you choose to do moving forward, and what you choose to carry in your heart. And if you choose to continue to hold that hatred and that vengeance, I mean, that's your choice.
Roll persuasion one more time.
It's still pretty good, though. It's a 22. Just wasn't very high on the die.
Start your ritual. See if you can even bring him back. He probably sold his soul to the devil or worse.
I can't begin to speak for that. And, I have my own trepidation about the whole thing as well. But everything that I've said to you are things that I've been mulling over, and things that I feel in my heart.
Glitch says, okay, so, shall I give it a go?
We have that void diamond safely away.
I do.
It's safely away. You guys are good. And you've cast Revivify in its presence, and you know it's not like an aura thing. It doesn't like suck anything.
Right, that would have been...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I will stand next to Gallant.
Okay.
If he's standing by himself.
Okay. Yep. So there's so we'll say it's like a four corners kind of thing. You Gallant, four corners, side and side. You two, and then you two. Gallant would be sitting there.
I would ask his permission to sit with him.
He just gives you just a nod. You guys stand over our Justice's body. Glitch begins the ritual.
I'm going to...
1 second. Glitch, who is a very talented singer, a much more talented singer than I am, begins to sing a deep and throaty and kind of ominous hum. As he does, for a very long time, a stunning 45 minutes of basically throat singing in this kind of proto-elven Fey language. Blue lights surround the area. The air grows colder. You can hear voices all around you. Help us! Help us! Spirits begin to shake. The boat rattles. You can see they've taken the ship a little away from the coast. It's not quite docked anymore, but it's still within plain view. And the air darkens all around. You can imagine that it's probably difficult to see what's going on in here. From the outsider's perspective, Glitch harnesses his power, and you guys can see, you can feel the air grow colder still, and these voices continue to fill your head. Cries for help, pleas of hunger and hatred and suffering enter your mind until it is deafening, and all you know is that your friend's life hangs in the balance. Who would like to start the ritual? Who would like to offer the first offering and call out to justice?
I'd like to cast Enhance Ability on myself.
Stepping forward.
My last second level slot for the day. And I'll say to him, I'll pull out my violin and I'll begin to play that tune that he and I had played together when we gave him a birthday. And I'll just kind of talk while I play. And I'll say, I haven't even gotten to bake you a cake yet. And, felt like we were just getting to know each other and all that. You did this man a lot of harm, but I know it's not all at your own hands. And I know that you have a lot you still want to do for your people. And if you come back, I don't know what I can promise you, but I can promise to try to be your conscience and to try to keep this sort of thing from happening again. And hopefully I'll still get to bake that cake.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Oh, at advantage. Just forgot I had that. Yeah, 26.
Would like to offer the second offering. You can use any skill that you feel is apt. Describe it.
So, I will, I guess we're all standing around him.
Yeah.
Justice, if you can cure us, and then I will use prestidigitation to create the symbol that he has on his forehead, his sigil. Bring there, like, use this as a beacon to find your way back to. We still have lots of work to do. Lots to. And then I'll move it and place it over his, and then maintain it so it holds there.
Good roll. Arcana.
$11.
Okay. Selena.
With the prayer beads in one hand and the thought of the traveler in the other. You're not done. If you want to finish what you started, you know where to find us.
What would you like to roll?
No, not very persuasive.
Roll religion.
Purple from Marissa. 13.
Okay. Yeah, that's not the right dice. This is the dice that killed him. Guys, wait. After Selena steps forward. Wait for quite some time. In those remaining 15 minutes. Feels like an eternity. Chase, if you could come back. If you are willing to come back, please.
It's close, wasn't it?
I should have given myself guidance before walking up. I did not.
Close, wasn't
He
it?
met it. He met the Glitch met the DC exactly. It was only a DC 10.
I was torturing myself whether or not to cast the enhanced ability on Glitch.
The DC was 10 this time.
Oh.
It'll be higher next time.
Well, maybe we should just not die.
I was debating on waiting a little while to drum up the
The delay is
The
enough.
stream
It
delay.
is, it
It
really
was.
is, yeah.
I had my headphones on, so I couldn't hear anything.
Justice.
Live.
Just gonna go pour myself all of the whiskey.
You are in the House of Light. The figure, the creature, the monstrosity that you saw before you and taking who was Mrs. Kilgast steps away. In the House of Light. As the void of endless starlight leaves you, and a figure of light steps forward. Still haven't baked you that cake. You see a gura right up on the forehead of this figure of light. I still haven't baked you that cake.
Julie, is that you?
You're not done yet.
I don't want to die yet. I have so much left to do.
And I'll help you. Because you're not done yet.
Justice reaches out,
When you do,
takes the hands.
you hear Alright then. And with a flash of light. Except for you don't breathe.
So just,
With a loosening, Justice stirs to life, looks around.
I just stare at Gallant. What is he doing?
Gallant pulls out a gun.
I stand in front of it.
I'll put my hand to her.
You go to move your muzzle and you can't even.
I can hit him at whatever distance and no matter what's between us.
I know. I ask kindly that you don't. Not yet.
Chucks his gun into the river. Trail of fire and ice leaves it. Fine, and you hear as his neck and head separate, and pieces of him fly everywhere as his collar pops off of his body.
This is why we were supposed to heal him first. Christ
And
almighty.
he separates into 6 or 7 pieces in a burst of blood and bone and sinew. His gear flies everywhere. That rifle, that big, beautiful rifle, falls. His glove. And his gauntlets. That's where we're gonna go break.
Oh my god.
This is why we were supposed to heal him of that Gaius first. Christ almighty.
So, thank you. That was
We could have waited.
I
a
hit
day,
greater
but, like,
restoration.
That was the most intense hour and a half of my life. Hour and 40 minutes. Thank you for everyone who showed up. Thank you, Salty K, for resubscribing for months.
Thank you.
Torton, I hope I'm not butchering your name. Thank you for the compliment earlier. And thank you for following. If there's new followers that haven't updated yet, thank you very much. Oh, man. Thank you, Salty. 100 bits from Salty.
Oh my god, Salty, thank you.
The session's not over. We're just
Yeah,
pausing
just
for
gonna
a
break.
hot second.
Yeah.
I think
We'll be
everyone
back.
needs
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
we
need
need
a breather.
a break. Always got to do the dramatic pause. Thank you so much, Salty. That means the world to us. Thank you. If you follow, it's Twitch. Follow, subscribe, bits
Yep.
if you love us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the support. We'll be back in 15 minutes to see how this all unfolds.
And in the next half, there's a little
Oh yeah.
something.
In the next half. Oh yeah, there we go. Thank you guys.
Stick
in the next
around.
half, we are going to reveal a map of the Gashari Republic.
Oh my god.
So something good to look forward to.
Yep.
So much
Back
anxiety.
in 15.
Bye.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with a very intense episode of The Ghost in the Machine.
All of us are back. So
We're all back.
Whew.
The real justice is the justice you made along the way.
It's the justice you resurrected along the way.
Or killed.
Without further ado, before we start the show again, shall we switch from the action tracker
Yeah.
to the world map? Well, the map of the country. This is of the Western continent. I'm not quite sure how this. I have to kind of look with Roll20.
Look with your special
So I'm going to zoom in.
So if you scoot it over this way.
Yeah.
You have to zoom in to do that. So I'm going to do this. I think that's a
There
good
we go.
look. Is that a good look? So we've got, so let's just scroll down. We're here in Mercinia. This is Bridgeton. Can they see my mouse?
Yeah.
No, they can't.
Oh!
But if you
Center.
peek,
But you can
if
see
you
it.
peek,
If
they'll
you
see
think
it.
they'll-
I know how
Yeah.
Roll20 works.
Ah.
That's
Let me explain this more.
Bridgeton. That's they're labeled obviously. Let me. And
Oh,
what is,
the one thing I forgot to put on the map was words.
this is that is the neighboring country of Cardoon, which we've grayed out. You know, there be dragons kind of thing. Antinia, the Flying City. Little still tower action right there. Cragmandu.
Oh,
It's not an exhaustive map. There are things that I've intentionally left out, and
That
things
tower is
that
also not to scale.
it's not to scale. We've done it. You know, it's not. This is not a.
Huge.
You can see it. You can see it from space. It's a map for information, so that maybe if anyone else one day when people are playing in this world, they can
Yeah.
visit the sites that you guys visited.
I mean, we've already
And then
played
Fort and Mountain Hall, if you go down, is way down there. When I
Right.
thought it was where Elder's Rise was.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
To be fair, I don't think I ever told you guys wrong, but I switch those places in my head all the time. And I created the freaking world. Go on down. You got Foggy Bottom / Lorthian. Lorfine.
That's where Sevilius is from.
And you've got the capital of Gish. You've got the petrified lands of the Stone Marsh and the capital of Spyrock. Lots of mountains. It's a mountainous country.
Scale.
It's
A
just
scale.
Things
An
that
accurate
aren't-
scale.
Yeah, like where the cities are and the distances and everything. That's all the scale.
so Spyrock is where the Crichtons are from, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
531 miles from Gish.
Wow.
As the crows flies.
So I have everything on here for Roll20 for it
Distances
to be
of-
interactive. And yeah, we'll just kind of leave this up here and there. We'll just kind of leave it like that for now, so you guys have something pretty to stare at. Alexis did a wonderful job. Thank you for helping my country come to life. This is just one country in a very large world, a ridiculously large world.
Labor of love, guys.
I'm thinking about destroying half of it in the plot, so I don't have to do any more work.
If you zoom in really close next to Mercinia, you can see the tiny Isle of Iserman.
You
That's
can!
infested with Mind Flayer.
You
You
can.
can. Whoa, there's Iversmith.
Mind Flayer Isle.
This kind of represents part of where the Alabaster Welcoming is.
So why does Marcinia look like a baseball?
Because it's
Those are railroads.
Those are.
yeah, and that's the rail system.
That's the rail system.
All right, so that's the map. I'll just kind of leave it hanging there. What?
That's
And
awesome.
Falaglen Lock is up there too.
Yeah, Falcon Lock. Yep, it's right there. All pretty.
What if?
Quit it. I know what you're going for. All right, so I'll just leave that like that for
There
your
is a dinosaur in that
viewing
area.
pleasure.
It could get in the lake.
Reading, how does it work? Quit it, Salty K. Quit being mean to me. I'll kill your character too.
Don't test him. He'll find a way.
By your character, he means.
Really.
So, Justice, you have as per the raise dead spell with you being dead, you have like a -4 to everything. You're exhausted. You can barely move. So don't do anything. And you're at you're at 1 hit point, but I think your maximum is capped or something like that. But read the raise dead spell and you'll know. And as per the rules of that, as you're effectively exhausted and can't move much. So, you guys, we pick back up with Gallant's body having been separated into several parts.
Ooh.
After you guys heard this kind of, because he went to go say fine, and he was lowering his gun, and there was this, and he
threw his gun.
Yeah, that's right. He said fine, threw his gun, said he was done with it, and then separated into parts.
I probably need a bath.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess I'm covered
Detect
in
magic.
Gilly vomits
Oh my god.
everywhere.
Is there any light?
There's magic all around, but there's no spell roaring towards you or erupting or anything.
Just
There's broken pieces of a collar as you sit there and vomit all over the place. There's broken pieces of that collar that's scattered around, and and as the scene as it's described it, the gauntlets laying there, the gun, and the magical glove.
I'm gonna try to move my pinky.
You're like, okay, we're in wiggle my big toe territory,
Right.
and you start to kind of move a little bit, but it hurts.
Okay.
I'd take a deep breath if I could breathe.
What is everyone doing?
Just gonna...
So if I've discerned that it's safe and not going to explode again, can I investigate the collar, whatever pieces are left of it, to see what it was, markings, anything?
I will assist
Go ahead and roll investigation.
if I can't assist. I will give him guidance.
That would be a 22.
22. So with an investigate, you find the things I described. You find the broken pieces of the collar. In the etchings of the collar are these strange little kind of runes that glow very brightly and then dim.
Are you showing the rest of them?
You're
if
helping.
you're assisting, then...
Then I'm gonna ask you, recent
You
drill.
are-
Is that a poor decision to read that?
I would not advise it. I have no idea what that is.
Yes, you understand.
Because I have the helm of comprehend languages, so I
Okay.
could try to read it.
You could.
I'm just on the ground.
You...
I'm just sitting on the ground. I'm just prestidigitationing up a little bit of what I can of the vomit that I've just put on the ship.
Do you want to...
And a bit more comes, and I'm just crying and trying to... Yeah, I'm
Is Gilly
not a
close-
help to
glitch.
anybody
Is
right
Gilly
now.
close
Can you
to me?
help? Do you think you
Yeah,
can
they're all
help
standing here around you.
Justice
seems to be in a...
Everything's kind of happening once Glitch is looking. I'm sorry.
Gilly's having a bad time of it. Do you think
Right.
you could help her?
He rushes up next to you, Gilly, and just kind of gives you a quick little lift. He says, "All right, darling. Let's just go inside. Let's get you comfortable. It's okay." And he departs with her. What were you doing?
My
As I
face
say-
just buried in his neck.
As he carries her away, you see Justice like move his hand over to like where she was at.
Just rest. For now.
I'll
Save your
put a
strength.
4th level healing word into Justice when I get over to him. So at least he's not at nothing.
How the fuck do you still have 4th level healing spells left?
I've got everything left.
God damn.
Druids,
Was you-
man.
Natural recovery.
Oh, right. duh.
Natural recovery, and I was
Yeah,
a dragon
short
and a
rest and
bird
all
for
that.
half of my
I
life.
was a dragon and a bird for half of my life.
My god.
That describes my
The
my
spell
college
slot
experience.
envy over here is
4,
real.
6.
Full slot caster.
10
Yeah.
plus 4 is 14 points, so that
Whew.
at least if you get hit by a stray piece of shrapnel, you're not going to die again.
Hey, I didn't even have to change my hit point tracker. I was at 15 when I got shot. I'm back to 15.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Neato.
So you can. Well, yeah, you effectively can't move.
Right.
So you're just kind of laying there. Which is. So should someone take. Grab
We're-
Justice, get him to the bed.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
So you have a glowing necklace thing and a bunch of other stuff.
I can gather what's left here and
Just
try to
be-
clean up if you want to help Justice out.
Have you already touched the circulate thing?
I mean, yeah, in order to investigate.
Okay, and it's not attached itself to you?
No, it's in pieces, right?
Okay, don't put the pieces back together.
Yeah,
That would
no, that might be a poor idea.
Coming from the same person who wants to put together the Sword of Sorrow.
be... Yep. Because
I
it
mean,
has
it's-
a purpose. This doesn't have a purpose yet. It's just scary.
Alright.
Okay.
So who's taking care of Justice?
I guess I will have to...
Yeah,
I
if
don't have...
The two of you together, maybe? Lift your buddy up, get him off the floor.
Yeah.
I don't weigh very much at all.
Yeah,
Mhm.
luckily.
Yeah.
Okay, I can also bring Mage Hand and take another 10 pounds off of whatever we're carrying.
Alright. So you guys get him, you put him into Morgan's ship on his, well, his bedroom, basically.
Yeah.
Whatever bedroom he usually uses or stands around in. You lay him. You're more comfortable now.
Can I speak?
Yep.
Thank you. I heard what you said. And I appreciate it.
There will be more time. For now, we have a mess. Off I go.
Save your strength. Get your rest. And we'll definitely talk later. There are things to discuss. Lessons to be learned. Paths to move forward on.
Alright.
Yeah. I'll go back up to help clean up.
There's pieces of bone. His head is kind of cut in half, and his body is.
Just identify those things, see if you can figure out where they came from. And who did this to him.
Yeah, can I spend 10 minutes casting Identify on the collar?
The collar?
Yeah.
Okay. You cast Identify on the collar for 10 minutes. Zzz. Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
It's destroyed, so it's remnant magic.
I didn't know if there was anything left I could possibly do.
Nope.
Then I'll do the other items as well. Or did he have any other personal effects on him? Any notes, bags, stuff like that might give any indication of like how we got this color, or who we talked to before.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Seems to be crudely written in journal. Some few rations, pittance, basic adventurer's gear, a disguise kit, a forgery kit, a poisoner's kit, a tinkerer's tools.
Are you writing that all down or not?
Sorry, I
Oh,
was-
okay.
I
Sorry.
zoomed out.
I got it.
I'll catch it on the...
Yeah, disguise, forgery, tinkerers, poisoners.
Got it. And journal.
Forgery.
Yeah.
Tinkerers.
He has,
Poisoners.
and he has, it's probably been shredded into pieces. There's pictures of someone, and as you piece it together, It's a picture of some kind of woman. A shadow image is what they're kind of called, shadow box kind of thing. But
Disguise, forgery, tinkerers, poisons.
Yeah. And we're far enough from the city that anyone in the city should not be able to see us.
yeah, there was a kind of obscuring effect whenever Glitch started his ritual.
Yeah, so that was 100% magical.
What? Glitch's ritual?
No. Whatever was watching him to know what was going on to activate the collar.
I mean, it could have been a command collar or something. I mean, if it, or somebody imbued Gaius into a collar, or, once something happened, or you decided not to do something,
Go ahead and roll Arcana.
triggered.
Oh, Christ.
I can assist with that.
Double threes, so that's fun. So that's a 9.
Probably wasn't magical, but anything's possible in this world.
Neat.
Maybe the case was that whoever was looking in just had a really good pair of eyes.
Alright, so what are the other items then?
The glove is a glove of missile snaring. The gauntlets are gauntlets of ogre power. And I believe those are the 2 magical items I described. Did I describe another one?
And then the rifle.
The rifle's non-magical.
Okay, and he threw away a fire and ice pistol.
Yeah. Let's go. Okay. So no other potions, nothing else.
I'll say he had 2 greater healing potions on. You're just kind of gathering everything together, taking stock of things, taking inventory essentially. Just trying to make a sense of what just happened. This man who, despite being put through it, tried to find peace and seek redemption in his worst enemy.
I mean, no disrespect, but I need to look through his journal, figure out what happened.
Okay. I'll say you go inside the ship too. That way the wind's not blowing.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll burn all the stuff in.
Yeah.
And sit next to Justice as well as, or wherever Justice is holed up. Or
All right.
I don't know if Gilly's in the same spot or not. Or
She's not. She's in a different room.
Okay.
Yeah,
She's in,
wherever Glitch took me.
She's in Glitch's room with that.
I
Right?
don't know. Okay.
So go ahead and roll investigation as you peer over the journal.
That is a 15.
15. So a lot of it's very poorly written, but you're a pretty educated guy. So it's going to take you some time to sift through this, but there are no big whoppers here. This is just it's a journal in prison. It's a prison journal at first, detailing much of what he told you about, the beatings, all the horrors that he had. Talks about him getting stronger. Talks about him repairing himself and trying, and then it talks about his day of release, and shortly after that, and when he talks about his joy and how happy he is to be released, he says he's going to go meet his benefactor, and that's where the journal stops.
And in that last entry, is there any indication of who the benefactor is? Any signs pointing to it, or anything they've written in? Or
he just says he's traveling north from Spyrock. Well,
okay,
So
effectively
that's
Spyrock.
everything.
got it. So you was,
As we now know from the map.
Yeah. Okay.
Civilius,
Yes.
how long has it been?
Less than a day.
I was confused. Did I see Gallant there?
Yes. You did.
What happened?
When we were deciding whether to rush you or not, we decided to hear his case, whether we should have. And so he was there. And we were able to talk to him or put his mind somewhat at rest as much as we could after all he's been through. But after you came back, after we brought you back, he almost shot you while you were helpless, but decided not to. And thus triggered a device of we haven't seen, we don't know what it is yet, and it killed him.
Somebody sent him on my path.
You sent him on your path.
I honestly had not considered that I would see him again.
There are a lot of things that we need to consider when making choices.
What made you decide to bring me back?
With all the help you've given us recently, as well as we need help, we need allies. You still have the Warforged to free. There's still so much need for someone like you in the world. We couldn't just let you disappear.
Do you remember in Bridgeton, in Naz's tower, when we talked about friendship?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think that you three are my friends. Now, my clutch. I have no one else.
Appreciate that. We see you the same way. We wouldn't have gone through everything we had gone through if we didn't believe that.
I'm just gonna meditate.
You search inward. You barely move your hands. You're just like, yeah, just gonna rest him there. What were you doing?
So after help cleaning up the deck or leaving it to people more skilled at that nonsense, and then probably taking some sort of bath so I don't take my bloody self back to my room. What time is it after a bath and a cleaning?
So after the resurrection, the traveling back, the bath and the cleaning, the long rest, short rest, I would say you guys are looking at 6 p.m. or so. Yeah. 6 or 7. So, Gilly. Glitch takes you into his room. He bypasses the bed completely. And he gives you he sets you on the counter of his vanity in his bathroom, his very large and beautiful bathroom on this airship. Grabs a rag, soaks it, he just starts wiping. He's just cleaning you. Look at me. Are you there?
I don't know.
It's all right. Are you feeling not 100%, but are you okay? Such a ridiculous thing to ask. But it's, after 2,000 years of being alive, it's the best anyone's come up with, including myself.
It actually gets Skilly to kind of chuckle.
Sorry, everything that happened out there. I know you were trying to do something. Appreciate what you were trying to do.
Yeah. Not sure Morgan does.
She's the Avatar. She's an Archfey and an Avatar of Vengeance. She can't help it.
Right.
But she has her moments. She's not here. Just you and me. And I'll take care of you. Gives you a kiss on your forehead.
After he's wiped it down from all the
Correct.
blood.
Gives you a hug.
Yeah.
Takes out a pair of nice, comfy pajamas. He's like, get into those. I'll get you some nice red tea. It's not caffeinated, you know. Not that you care about that kind of thing.
Can't sleep now anyway, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Jitters are not what I need, though. Yeah, you're right.
I'll start a fire and we'll just forget that whole thing ever happened, at least for a moment.
Yeah, she's just kind of still a little stunned, a little dazed.
So once I'm clean and I've checked in on Alric, made sure he's okay, I will go find Sibelius and Gilly.
Okay.
It's firecrackling.
That's what I was wondering. Okay.
So you find Sevilius in the in his study. He's with in the room that Justice and he I think share or Halvesy share. What do you say to get Justice? He's in there. Do you want to take him to Gilly or to Glitch's room?
Today has been a full day, but
Just like every day.
yeah, this shit never ends, does it? Do we still want to try and talk to Moira tonight?
That's probably not the best idea. I think we do need our rest.
I can still do that and get my rest. And that means we don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to do anything. I don't have to leave the ship. She won't necessarily know where I am.
I mean, if that doesn't turn on us, he has no way of tracking us after that, then...
How much do we know about being able to track something like Dream?
Oh, it's possible, especially if you can't disguise yourself.
Yeah.
And they're gonna.
I mean, Gilly's out of commission. Justice is out of commission. I mean, if something happens and she comes immediately for us, we're...
Did we return to port, or did we...
You've hovered closely you've hovered closely near the city.
We can look at the
Scroll
map.
up here. We'll say you're between, that little tiny island and that, but you guys are coasting back to the city, yeah.
I think she has powers controlling her above and beyond,
I'm sure she does.
but... Is there anyone else we need to check in on?
Not that I can think of.
Should we just let Gilly have an evening?
Yeah.
Glitch will take care.
She needs that. Speaking of which, I'm going to go to my own private room. And meditate.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay, you've got the void diamond. It just, now that it's back in your possession, it just calls out to you.
Okay.
Sophelia.
Yep, after the lecture about not doing anything to endanger all the people who are currently dying. Yep.
I just want to see if it's still doing the thing.
What
Sibelius is still a selfish
There's a-
monk.
there's a-
Look at
There's
that.
at least 2 hypocrites at the table.
Correct. At least 2.
I've never endangered the group.
Literally.
Just laying there. Look at little old me. So innocent.
So you're in the study with Justice. You're in, because he's in your room, is what I'm presuming. He doesn't really have a room of his own. We've pretty much established.
Oh.
So you're taking out the void diamond, hoping he doesn't see.
Oh, if he's in the same room, then I wouldn't do that. Or I'd go and find a private room to give him his space and time to rest up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why
So
you do it.
noble of you.
I don't want to activate it. I just want to see if it's still doing
You
the
could just
name thing.
It is.
Okay.
treat it like it's
That's
college.
creepy.
Just go to the showers. Go to the
Yeah.
group showers.
It probably started calling your name again the second you picked it up.
Correct.
Probably.
Alright. So are folks going to be taking an extended rest? Is that kind of where
Yes.
we are with things?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm reducing my penalties to -3 to everything.
So if I'm not going to use my dream for useful things, I'll do it to spend time with Alric for an hour or 2 and then take my extended rest.
But using the power of Eureka Drill, you cast Dream on an elf.
So,
Game
nothing
breaking
important.
shit
There's
over
no moments to be had. Just not feeling like I'm exhausting him to
Right.
to,
You see,
to
he
be around.
He looks a day better. You know?
It's a whole day
Yeah,
better.
a whole day better.
A whole day better.
He does.
I wonder how that happened.
Okay. You guys finish your long rest and you finish your 8 hours of idle time and whatnot. Glitch just talks to you about He talks to you a little bit more about the soul canon and how souls work and travel. He kind of tries to comfort you, telling you that, in the end, Gallant forgave, and he has a better chance of going to the high heavens than the rest of us. And, he did hopefully find forgiveness in his heart, and that counts for something in the great wider world, or so we hope. Morning comes, the tweets of birds and such accompany it. You all stir to your daily activities. What do you guys wish to do?
Am I able to move?
You are. Let me look it up. So in my little particular world, you have 3 points of exhaustion now. You started with, I would say 4 based on the circumstances, and you're now at 3 points of exhaustion. So whatever that means.
I'm looking.
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh, you're.
D&D Beyond.
Oh, Warforged are immune to exhaustion, aren't they? Or no? No, they're not. They're not immune to being exhaustion. You have 3 points.
All right.
Under conditions.
So yeah, you have 3 points of exhaustion.
Sure thing.
You can click on conditions
Yep.
and just add it.
Yeah,
to
I was
the
just making
conditions.
sure that it didn't have anything.
Oh.
Yep. Nope. Yep. Oh. You don't suffer the effect. Oh, lack of rest and Oh, you don't suffer due to lack of rest. I can get it
Right.
other ways. It's very
But
being
having
murdered.
died, yeah.
You know,
Just
they
checking.
call it the long rest.
You pretty much get disadvantage on everything, and
Yeah.
your speed is half.
So you were at 4
Right.
points of exhaustion when you came back from the dead. You're now at 3.
Wonderful.
Welcome to sub 30-foot speed.
It's been so long.
That's my entire life.
Hello, hello slowness,
chose
my
this.
old friends. I will slowly creep my way out to the bow of the ship, and I'm gonna watch the sunrise.
Morgan is there. She almost always watches the sun come up. You're awake and looking a better already.
Thanks to my friends.
Thanks to all your friends. I helped. I arranged that little ritual that brought you back.
And why is that?
Time on this plane has made me more susceptible to feelings.
I've got the feeling.
Is she being sincere?
Roll insight.
This is my best skill, guys, and I think I have a disadvantage.
You do.
Yeah.
And
100% have disadvantage right now.
I'm ready. I'm ready. This is coming for...
No. I can see the 6.
It's 20.
She is being sincere. This is a woman who is changing right before your eyes. Emotionally. Shut up, people. You try speaking for like 4 hours every
You try speaking for more.
DMing, you know what I mean.
I say, based off of our previous interaction, I'm surprised. I thought that Gallant got exactly what you wanted him to.
Oh, he did, darling, but life is complicated. You know, I've noticed something when traveling with you folks. You tend to think of things in absolutes, either or. If this happens, then that. The Elvish would call it post hoc ergo propter hoc. After it, therefore, because of it. And you think of in either or as in binary. The world is far more complex than that. I wanted Gallant to get his vengeance. But I also didn't want Gilly to lose someone who she adored. Both can be true. And using the great and wild and mystical powers of this world, I got both things that I wanted. Man took his vengeance. My sister got what she wanted. You can see now, even in the bright sun that seems to be shining through the sky, you can see her skin, rather than that kind of pale, it's still pale, but it's taken on this very firm and crisp, icy blue texture. She looks less human than she did before, less elvish than she did. More supernatural looking.
Mm-hmm.
about you? Did you get everything you wanted, Justice? All that you wanted, all that you aimed for.
That is the only reason that I've returned, is that I have not. Not yet. I still am burdened with purpose. But now I have a second chance.
You do? It's more than most people get. It's certainly more than you deserve, let's be honest, since it's just us.
No begging. Honor amongst killers.
Honor amongst killers.
I suppose I have you and the rest of my friends to thank.
You most certainly do.
Justice will continue to stare at the multiple colors of the sunrise.
Alright.
After I wake up, but before I go upstairs,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ritually sit for divination.
Okay.
With Marissa's prayer beads that I got from Sister Eileen.
Yes.
And reach out to the goddess Marissa.
What question would you like to ask?
And the smoking lady.
Okay.
And while thinking about Gallant and him becoming too many pieces yesterday, ask if they can show him compassion and mercy so that he gets the healing he deserves.
And in the reply, you hear, ching, ching. You want pie? I got great pie.
It's good pie. And I'll come back out.
Alright. What do you wish to do, Civilius?
You still have the bag of holding. I was going to return all of Justice's stuff to him.
Including?
But if you still have that.
No, I don't know if they were in the back building. But they're wherever they needed to be.
You can return his
Probably.
stuff to
Okay,
him.
so I will find Justice.
Do you return the Void Diamond to him?
Yes, everything.
Thank you, Civilius.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just basically let it sit like in a pile at my side. So I'm looking out over the ocean.
As it leaves your hand, it's just like, Sophia.
Does it talk to you too?
The diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
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 I will kill people.
You have done it.
Too late.
It's never spoken
We know.
to me. Alright.
When it does, it sounds like Justice. It says Sophia.
It has before. It says your name. Perhaps we should have left it with you.
We'll see. I'd rather not be close to that thing.
I would gladly carry it for you, as I have done.
If it says anything else, please let me know.
Civilius, do you know why it calls your name?
I don't. Maybe there's some link to the void with the elves, but I still have too many questions and not enough answers.
I received information about a weaponsmith in Droska who can work the materials of the Void Diamond. Perhaps if we could find him, he could reveal the details of its nature to you. Perhaps we can unravel why it seems drawn to you.
Perfect. We'll have to keep that in mind. I don't want we're gonna be able to make it to Jurassic anytime soon. But when we do, we'll have to make a stop.
You do seem to get around.
Yeah, it is true.
I've been thinking. We need to free Mr. Bones.
We do.
We failed to do so because of our own greed when we were in Gehenna. Having recently been in a state of what I believe the humans call purgatory, I now have a deeper appreciation for what Mr. Bones must suffer every day. Is there any place on the mortal plane that you know of that could accomplish this task?
The only place that I know of is under Fort Mountain Hall. The lava that's down there could destroy it, but it has been sealed off for ages.
It's back on the surface.
As Selena
Magma. I believe it's magma.
let me go to the stalagmite swallow.
I don't know how many times I've corrected it.
It's all good. I'll say, well, then it is fortuitous that we will be heading there
Yes.
in the near future.
We should try to go out of our way to do it, or keep our eyes out for anything. I mean, he's in your possession again, so first chance you get, take it.
I will not miss another opportunity.
At least we know that when he's not in use, he sleeps. He doesn't remember. So,
That I hope.
I mean, that's what he said, right?
What?
Like, when he's not, like, there, it's, like, just a time.
Yeah.
Like, there's not, like, a
he
gap.
catches glimpse. It's like, imagine being like, I don't know, wrapped in cellophane.
You're not gonna coma even, you know.
But
Yeah.
it's not like he's sitting there for years. It's not like
No.
years to him. It's like seconds.
No, it's
between
the
summons.
nice kind of eternal torment.
Yeah,
prison,
exactly.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
the nice
These
kind
are
of
just
eternal-
cellophane. We never even know he's there.
Mr. Cellophane.
Guys. Cellophane.
So, I'll say that Morgan eventually comes around. You guys are all kind of gathering somewhere. So, believe that calls it for this city, wouldn't you say? I am done with Messinia. Too white.
Her exuberance is just amazing.
The
I
light.
heard there was a spot of green here, but I'm sure it'll find us.
Oh, I'm sure in no time. So, you could attend that cocktail party and then abscond in the middle of the night like bandits.
Sounds perfect. If we have to, people.
I think it's up to you lot. I am done here, but if you want to linger for a little while longer, we can leave, and we'll be leaving the first morning's light.
What are your thoughts, Gilly? Are you feeling up for it, or should we move on? And Justice, even that matter, I don't know.
I will go where you go, but I will warn you if we try to attend the gala tonight that I will be more of a liability than an asset.
If you wouldn't mind staying with Albrecht, it would make me feel better.
Of
I can help
course,
keep them alive.
that I can do.
I don't know. I can go if we want to go, but I don't want to lay eyes. I don't want to lay eyes on the Cratons.
They are dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Angela Creighton's probably the most powerful magical practitioner in this country. It's either her or the Countess of Avamere. So. Or me.
They're
Maybe
responsible for what Vallant became. At least in a significant part.
She's
And I don't know if I can handle that right now, being in the same room.
Okay. Let's take a rain check and head towards a city that is delightfully underground, and as I understand it, infested with vampires. What a marvelous country they've built here. Absolutely smashing.
What's
Love it.
amazing is that everybody pretty much goes every single day without realizing any of the things we've seen in the last month.
Imagine living like they do.
Are we sure we came back from Gehenna? Is it not just all the same thing at this point? It just feels.
I don't know. All
I
the
guess certainly have made it that way.
all the horrors and the crimes that I've seen since traveling with you lot are uniquely human. Demons aren't this clever.
No, they aren't. Speaking
Mr.
of
Finkelstein kind of is.
Demons and devils, I reached out to Mrs. Kilgast while you were under, and she never responded.
She was there with me
That
in
would
the other
make
place.
sense.
Was she dead or just attached to you still?
I do not know. She seemed more real, more substantial than she normally is. She offered me power and everything that I could want. And yet it would mean
A deal with the devil.
and
Your
unleashing
soul.
her husband upon, well, if I could be assured that it wouldn't cause the world to burn, I would gladly give my soul to save the rest of my kind, but the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. If they killed everyone in this world, or enslaved them, then we would be no better than the people that made me. And so I left my fate to you. She has ended our contract, and the next time we meet, she will attempt to kill me.
Do you know if she bound to anyone else? Or if she's gone back?
She indicated that somehow she was made more complete here in the material world. Though I must admit, everything I saw there is fragmented. It might have been a dream.
We'll just have to keep an eye out for her.
Well, at least you don't have a devil contract now.
Means I'm now more susceptible to arcane magics.
Well, that's okay. We'll continue working as a team like we do.
I was going to say, perhaps do not need that as a crutch anymore.
The less contracts we have between the four of us, the better.
We're not near Morgan, are we? Are we?
Oh, she's sitting right here.
Oh, she's still there. I didn't know if she wandered off. Yeah.
She sees you out of the corner of her eyes.
I'm just gonna, as we do, I'm like, yes, perhaps tit for tat arrangements should be kept to a minimum.
Yeah.
So we're in agreement. We're gonna skip the party.
Yes.
We're gonna go to Fort Mountain Hall.
I believe that Moira has gone this long under whatever mind-altering spells that she's been subjected to. We will have another opportunity to restore her, if that is indeed what she would even want.
Everyone says they want the truth. She's probably better off without it, but we aren't.
So last time we talked about this, I said I still feel I'm extremely tired of always being on the defensive. Really rather do something about things. I don't know what that means or what we could do, but I really would rather not just wait for them to deliberate and come to some sort of conclusion in whatever fair due process they have that we're responsible for a life that never existed. and come for us.
I don't know if there's any way to stop that. They'll
Well,
decide what they want.
I can
Cassandra knowing the truth is a
Well,
way
true.
that we could try that.
I can invade her dreams from here, from Fort Mountain Hall, from the moon. It makes no difference to me.
Then let's
As
do it
well.
on the way to Fort Mountain Hall.
Well,
I
it's
At
still
least reveal the
it's
truth.
still the thing of we would need to deal with whatever has been messed with in her mind.
true.
So that still hasn't changed. And as much as I don't want to be in the same room as those monsters, it might be the only chance that we have to do something about it, rather than being on the reactive foot again.
But we're not at full power as a group.
I know we're not.
And we're going to need that power when we get to Fort Mountain Hall because we're going to have to go through the barrows to find the dwarf door. I don't remember the name.
I know we're not going in. I know we're not going in. I know we're not going in at full power, but we do have Morgan, who's going to be going, and Glitch, and
I mean,
can at least give us more of a leg up than we would have had if we just don't do anything.
okay. Do I remember being charmed at the first party?
I know you're unaware that you were ever charmed.
Ooh.
Were you charmed? You were off.
We were all.
Oh, I was
charmed.
off doing
That's
a
right.
thing.
You
Yeah.
were
So
not.
I was never charmed.
Yeah.
But
You
you,
guys were
know
out of the
everyone
room.
was charmed.
Pre-stream
I
stuff,
know.
yeah.
Was charmed.
Yeah. If only we had a way to make everyone look away for a second. So that we could have a conversation with Cassandra
I'll give Morgan a look.
and potentially heal her without too many noticers.
I could, perhaps. Though I think that I would still be more of a liability. I can break with a distraction. I could create an area of impermeable darkness.
Don't know that that's the sort of distraction we want to go for.
I could charm one person at a time. Not sure that'll end
Yes.
well.
You can all use your class abilities when you get there. That is true.
Correct.
Is
It
there?
doesn't mean it's yeah.
I think we just take our bet with the dream and go with there. I mean, whatever mind altering stuff she has, I think it's too much of a risk to us.
You can pick away at her.
Yeah.
From Fort Mountain Hall to Messini is the blink of an eye, as long as you can get there.
And if you can do it every night.
Work her over, Selena.
Yeah.
Use that charm of yours.
At least plant the seeds.
This is going to sound like a terrible question. Do we have anything that was Bonzia's
The
that may
staff.
have been shared with Cassandra?
You have a feeling that yes, you do.
So those dreams could have greater power if I had something of hers.
You literally have her sister.
Does that count? That's
You can find out.
Look at
You
that.
also have
Look at that
that staff
shitty
of
ingredient. That
and
DM
that
ingredient.
ivory cloak.
of protection that you have now.
I think it's all in the bag.
Yeah, it's in the bag. I don't think anyone has claimed it so far. We have all those things. You can sit with all of them, if that will help you.
Okay.
Might I also point out, if we all go to the party, and Glitch and I help, him and Alric are sitting ducks in the boat.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have no idea what
Exactly.
infamous Duplicroix is. So,
Oh. Do we not right now? I thought that.
she's in solitude.
Oh, but we have no way of. No, there's no
Supposedly
eyes on her.
solitude.
Right. That's right.
For all we know, it's not even her.
Well, Fort Mountain Hall it
Great.
is. Let's go find some magma.
Now is not the time
And some
to separate
creepers and some
ourselves.
tunnels.
God, it would have been so bad.
I missed that. What?
Nothing. So she said, Fort Mountain Hall it is then. let's get the hell out of this city.
Yes.
Sounds great.
If you guys do want to do any shopping or anything along the way, that kind of thing, we can
I'll
cover that.
show them the other items I picked up from Gallant. So gloves of missile snaring, and snatch stuff requires attunement,
I did want
and
to.
then gauntlets of ordinary power.
I did want to say before all of this would have happened, I would have wanted to cast Sending
Mm-hmm.
to Naz,
Okay.
just to say, package received, unfortunately, was destroyed in an attack. Would you please resend? We'll be in Fort Mountain Hall. Very sorry, Haley.
To you. You send the spell. You have a brief moment where you realize that the mist may block the sending spell.
That's okay.
But you tried.
Glitch used it though, right?
Glitch did use it.
Fuck!
Then you wait. You're like, that was stupid. There's no way. She's like, wait a minute, but Glitch. And then you hear a reply. Well, that is annoying. Fort Mountain Hall, got it. I'll just deliver the thing myself. And we are going to end the session there.
Yay! I get to see my friend again.
We will, for narrative reasons, we'll pick back up. Well, if you guys want to do anything last minute, any shopping, you guys can message me, email me.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We might pick back up with the journey to on the way to Fort Mountain Hall. Maybe you'll have a dream sequence, that kind of thing. But we'll pick back up with you guys coasting out of Bersinia towards Fort Mountain Hall,
Which we can
Just
clearly now
about to
see.
be
which is
attacked by
beautiful
shell
map.
attacks.
Yeah, as the ship is taken out, we will be there. In the region of the rest, in Fort Mountain Hall,
Since
in
The rest of
I
what?
just thought of something.
the Draco Sierra Mountains.
Since this is on Roll20, we could literally get like the little icon and have it like in all the movies where you just see the airplane moving across the country.
You
We could
could.
do that with a ship.
We'll be yeah, exactly.
Do
We'll
we
be
have a-
adding things to this map as the Prism continue their journey. Thank you, Salty K. Thank you, everyone who followed.
Yeah.
Please follow,
Thank
subscribe, tell your friends. We're really trying here. We love doing this. It is a lot of work, but we love doing this.
Yeah.
It's so
It
much
is
fun.
not easy, but it's not easy for any of us.
It's the way that this turned out today was definitely not guaranteed. I was down
Yes.
there like having a conniption.
We
fit
don't
that it
plan
might
this
not-
stuff.
Little panic attack.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
keep-
panic
Let the
attack.
dice
We
decide.
keep meta and outside game conversations minimal. We take this stuff, seriously, and we try to have fun.
And I have a dice obsession, so here we are.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome. I am the cutest. Okay, so you guys got to see my flying horse duck dice a couple of weeks ago.
Why don't you post the new ones on Insta?
Oh, they're going on Insta.
Okay.
Now, Dice Envy, on the other hand, has
There we
these
go.
nice little caltrops.
There we go.
They're
They're not
non-caltrop.
count chops.
The not caltrop
The
D4s.
non-caltrop D4s, and you can't
Excuse
see
me.
this because my hands are tiny. But one of these is a 10mm dice,
Speaking of which,
I'm
I
not
didn't
gonna
need to
stick
use
it right
these
and then
magic missile dice,
so
Yeah.
like health ones. So they've got little hearts on them because they're so cool. So this would be Dice Envy, and they just did a Kickstarter, and they're a tiny business that's starting up. That's amazing, and they were really great. They may or may not have mixed my order up with somebody else's, but they fixed it, and then I got extra dice. So
Cool.
they have great customer service.
And if you step on them, it won't put you in the hospital.
True, it's less painful than a Lego,
All
which
right.
is always what we ask for.
Everything is less painful.
Would anyone like to say anything about tonight's episode or anything like that?
Oh my god, guys, thank you so much for going on that journey with us. It was a lot. It was a lot. We didn't see any of that coming.
I'm I was genuinely touched. I was pretty blown away by the sentiments and arguments that were made, And I will not lie if I wouldn't say that I was extremely anxious for the last week. So.
Yeah.
You and me both. I was worried you guys were going to forget about the Void Diamond. And I was going to have to, like, break out a Voidling. Your character would be permanently dead. And there would be a Voidling in Edda trying to kill everyone in Justice's body. That's what I thought was about to happen.
Which would have also been narratively very interesting.
Okay, so in
terrible.
confession,
Would have killed us all.
we only remembered that we had the diamond because we thought about time traveling.
And going back in time and killing Gallant.
No,
Before
not necessarily to
freeing
kill
Gallant.
Gallant, but
No
just
one was talking about
time
killing Galat.
travel.
What is wrong with you?
just time traveling.
Yes.
So, and then we had the realization of,
We've
insert 4-letter word here.
Right. So there's campaign diaries about all the pre-stream stuff that kind of helped them arrive. You didn't really miss. You missed a yeah. And this one would have been called "What Was Missing and When." That's the name of the one. It's on YouTube if you guys want to see
It's a great
how they
episode.
came to that realization. A lot of fun
trippy.
pre-stream, and that was one of the times that we realized, you know what, we should stream this. This is good, and we enjoy it.
Yeah, no, they tried to true resurrection somebody who didn't come
The
back.
Grand Duke of Midrim.
And there's probably a voidling
Midrim.
already
there.
somewhere in the world.
No, it's dead.
Oh.
Oh, the other thing that escaped.
The other thing.
Oh,
the
we
big
had a
thing
thing
that flew off into
Yeah.
Tosca?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After it killed a bunch of people
Oh, yeah,
and
after it
impregnated
killed,
them.
like,
So it
20,000
didn't kill
people.
them, it disappeared them.
Anyway,
Oh,
look at the time.
Oh, better hit
Getting
that dusty
late.
trail.
See you guys in a week.
See you next
Yeah.
week in
See
the
One-
wonderful world
Wonderful world.
of Edda. It is sarcasm. Bye.